OJ Simpson died this week after a long, sad struggle with creeping everyone out for years. His ex-wife Nicole Brown and Ronald Goldman were both found stabbed to death, but there was no evidence linking Simpson to their murder, other than a bloody glove found at his house containing hairs of the murdered couple, and OJ's hair on their clothes, and a bloody footprint matching his shoe size and shoe. Yep, turned out he was as bad at murdering as he was at acting. When he became a suspect, rather than turning himself into the police, OJ embarked on the slowest car chase in history. It was the only high-speed car chase to ever happen in second gear. Honestly, it was like something out of those hilarious Naked Gun movies. I mean, he practically had time to stop off at the services for a sniff round Julie's pantry. The famous white Bronco was driven by OJ's friend Al Carins. What a terrible day to be a designated driver. Couldn't give me a lift home, could you? What, this blood? I cut myself murdering. I mean shaving. Of course, Kammerlings didn't think everything of being chased by 20 screaming police cars, because in America that's how they make black people travel. He gets that every time he pops out to buy his big American eggs. Well, what am I supposed to call them? People actually stopped their cars on the other lane of the freeway to cheer on a fleeing homicidal maniac. Can't imagine that happening in the UK. No one bothered waving banners on the M40 when Harold Shipman made a run for it in his mate's Ford Focus. They had to get home and cry about how cold and wet it is while watching Russ Abbott's Madhouse. With all this watertight physical evidence, I don't think anybody was surprised when Simpson was completely acquitted in 1995. Well, he couldn't get that bloody glove on, could he? His lawyer famously told the jury, if the glove don't fit, you must acquit. That's the great thing about having a Kardashian defending you. You always get a catchphrase. He was later ordered to pay millions in damages in a civil court, but only went to jail when he stole some sports memorabilia, because that's disgusting. After taking a few years to reflect, Simpson made up for his heinous crimes by hosting a hidden camera prank show, where he'd do silly skits. You know, silly skits about stabbing people to death. And just to make sure that the world was in absolutely no doubt about what he himself calls his 100% innocence, he then wrote a book called Confessions of a Killer, before practically confessing to the whole lot to an uneasy-looking chat show host on his book tour. You can see her thinking this will probably be one of the more unusual episodes of TV Book Club. But love him or loathe him, he certainly was rather tall. See you next time.